are back here at Pro League. Valdez and GTR. We just had Bill take out Speed. It was Speed's first Pro League game. It was a very close one. Didn't have the easiest time defending a Nidus play, but Biel in the end was able to take us. So now it's 2-0 for CJ, a team that right now is 1-4 in Pro League round 1. So really turning it around so far against KT.
That being said though, next two players for KT are Zest and TY, and as we saw in the winners ranking at the start of the broadcast, they're in the top 4 of individual rankings so far. So
yeah,
if there are any players in the world to take this back to an ace match for KT, it's Zest and TY.
That's well said. I think they are pretty good players, I would say so myself. Definitely did vote for both Zest and TY here. It's really going to be up to Hush and Bunny to pull an upset in either of their games to avoid that ace match, but definitely favoring Zest and TY here.
And we have to think about Hush and Bunny here. They aren't really 2-star players for CJ Entis, but unfortunately for CJ, Bjorn currently is away on personal reasons, I believe, so we won't be able to see him for a while. But Hush is known for being the practice bonjour, so yeah, he might pull something out of his sleeve.
Of PvP specifically, Hero always says, I learned from my boy Hush, I studied this build from my boy Hush, I practice with my boy Hush all the time. But Hush, he doesn't perform all that well when he comes out on stage. Maybe it's nerves, maybe it's lack of experience, maybe he can't quite execute, maybe he's just really good at practicing only. And well, maybe, you know, he comes up with these builds, but he isn't the best at executing them, so he tells them to Hero, and then Hero does the builds.
We've seen in the past, since Pro League has started, we've had these practice bonjours, I guess you could say, where they've excelled so much in practice and everyone has raved about them, yet they haven't been able to perform in Pro League. And no surprises here, all the commentators are opting for Zest at this point.
You can't not vote for Zest right now, right? I mean, this guy, he's been so strong, top 5 Protoss for so long now, and he's doing quite well this round. 5-2, up there at the top, most winning players for round 1.
And if you guys want to know why Zest is one of the best Protosses in Legacy of Void, Artosis again has written a nice article on ESPN, so check that out, detailing why Zest is one of the better. Is there crumbs in his keyboard?
Is that what's going on here? He's like, I need a vacuum cleaner right now. This is not okay. Oh, by the way, guys, it is his 5th anniversary from his debut as a pro gamer. We got a gigantic bag of goodies. It's as big as a gym bag. I'm not even kidding, GTR. I think you posted on Twitter about it, or you took a picture.
Yes, it's on Twitter, so check out all the snacks that I got.
Yeah, follow GTR at GTR1H.
Yes, and follow Brendan at Brendan Valdez.
Yep, very simple. Haven't changed that to Spicy Salmon. Don't know if I will. We'll see how it goes. I'm still waiting.
Did you know that Zest's old ID was Pichilgub?
Yep, yeah. Covered in blood, right?
Covered in blood. That's one scary ID, but unfortunately for Zest, when they transition to SE2, you can't have numbers in your ID, so he doesn't have a Pichilgub anymore. But I think Zest is a better ID.
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of cool, kind of edgy.
Well, his other ID before Pichilgub was Wookiee.
Yeah.
So
Zest is better than that. Zest is nice.
Zest.
See, I wish I could have a name like Zest.
What about not Salmon Zest? Spicy Zest.
Zesty salmon.
Zesty salmon. I love having lemon on your salmon. I mean,
yeah,
I don't know how you like your salmon.
Add a little bit of zest. Get some lemon.
Yeah, get some lemon zest on there, and you got a nice. And add some pepper, and have a spicy salmon.
I see what you're saying, GTR, but I wish we could eat some salmon right now.
Yeah, same.
But maybe we can get some later.
We get some spicy salmon after
work.
Yeah,
maybe some spicy salmon. But it seems like finally Zest has figured out whatever was wrong. He got the crumbs out of his keyboard.
Yeah, he needs to leave the room and get the people to get the crumbs out.
He was eating some of those snacks that the fangirls gave him for his debut. Either way, guys, let's jump into game number 3 now. PvP, again, between Hush and Zest. Up in the top right, the red Protoss from CJ Entis. It is Hush. And down in the bottom left, in the blue from KT Rolster, it is the man himself. He is the best. It is Zest. And no surprise we see PvP on this map, actually. After the last 2 PvTs we saw, I'm like, this is going to be the PvP map now for Korea. I would not be surprised, for PvP specifically.
Yeah, at least until the new map pool comes out. Blizzard did announce that they would be releasing new maps coming next month, I believe. So, yeah,
cannot wait for that.
Yeah, I cannot wait for that. I mean, we've seen Dust Tower so many times, and it feels like that in PvT the map has been solved, I guess, in that matchup for Protosses.
Yeah,
where you can
it's like, well, you just can't lose.
Yeah, I mean, if you play it outright, then it's really hard to lose the game if you're a top Korean player. I want some of that cake, by the way.
Yeah. There's more than one cake in there. There's 2.
There's 2.
I think the one on the left is a cake. At least it kind of looks like a Protoss dome, but I don't know. It was the same color as Protoss.
What was it? Was it Hero that had the stalker that was like on his cake?
Was that? I don't remember actually. I know what you're talking about, but
yeah,
I don't know. Either way, someone's gonna tell us on Twitter. Something like that. We do have a 2-gate opening here from Hush. No surprise that he is the one going for a bit of a wonky build here. Not the most standard in PvP.
Yeah, and Zest is going for the expansion at the back of his base, followed by an extra gateway. We're going to see a sub and X-Core from him soon enough. And we'll see what Hush decides to do with these 2 gateways. Generally, when we see these players wall themselves in, we see 2 Stalkers or 2 Adepts. It just depends what the flavor that they feel like going, and using those units to harass while taking an expansion behind. And I can't read that. It's like so messy.
And he keeps moving it too. This is hard.
I think that's his partner.
Yeah, he brought his girlfriend, or his wife or whatever.
She looked very embarrassed.
Oh, his wife is pregnant.
Okay.
Is what? What was that, Jay? The due date is
tomorrow.
What?
What a.
But he came down for the movie tickets, guys. This is real passion.
I know.
Okay?
He wants the movie tickets.
This is what real passion looks like, guys. It's your wife's due date for pregnancy is for birth is tomorrow, and you come down anyway. You get those movie tickets.
Maybe they want to see a movie after the birth.
Yeah, with the baby. They would be that couple that brings the baby to the movie theater. Doesn't make any sense.
As we see here, the chrono boosted gateways on those get those Stalkers out from Zest. No surprises there. Taking advantage of the fact that you have that extra Nexus allowing you to invest another chrono boost onto another building. And we see here another, not another, but a robotics facility, but more importantly, another pylon is placed there. We've seen a lot of Protosses be very slack with their pylon placements in powering their buildings. So we could have seen an Artosis pylon situation there from Zest, but he was privy enough to get a pylon.
He's too smart for that, man.
That's why he is the best.
By the way, Hush went for kind of a crazy build. He made these 2 gates, and I think Zest prepared a bit. He made that extra gate himself to defend against something, but then Hush just made an expand into Twilight, and he delayed his units, his unit production. He only has 3 Stalkers out. He has less units than Zest right now. He's just trying to get that tech and his economy up.
And he's actually going to use his hallucination to try and throw off Zest and his Psyche here. Obviously, when you wall yourself in, the general rule of thumb is go Stargate, right? And go an Oracle as well. But looks like here, Hush is deciding to go for Blink Stalker. Going for Blink Stalker allows him to move around the map without destroying that pylon that's walling him in so far. So we'll see. Actually, he might be going for a 3rd here behind this. And we'll see how Zest reacts to this if he scouts it.
You know, this is interesting. He denies all the scouting with the wall, and then he hides that probe. You notice that probe was outside the base for a very long time. Zest did not scout that. He came by with the probe, seeing if there was a 3rd base up, but he thought he was walled in. He thought he couldn't get a probe out for now, so that there shouldn't be a 3rd base. But Zest, he is very smartly going to throw down his own 3rd base at the same time. So these guys are going to be in a very similar situation here.
Yeah, we're going to see a clear-cut macro game here from both players, as even though Hush's Blink Blink research is earlier than Zest. I don't think he really wants to move around anytime soon with that army. I mean, he's decided to invest his minerals into getting that Nexus up first before adding any more gateways, so it's not really feasible for him to apply pressure around the map at the moment.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see what a clear-cut macro game looks like between these two players. PvP has been one of my favorite matchups so far for Legacy of the Void. You get Stalker, Disruptor versus Stalker, Disruptor, Blink, Stalker, Disruptor.
I think Disruptors are the most exciting unit in Legacy of the Void so far. I mean,
you send them out, there's that tension build up, and then it explodes, and then a bunch of things die. It's really exciting.
It's perfect for Korea and Korean commentators. I mean, it's so high.
Like Disruptor, 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 Disruptor! And then it explodes.
Yeah. So Zest has these Stalkers. He has these sentries out for Force Fields or Guardian Shield if he decides to get those. And it looks like here, Hush is going to get those Immortals out for any sort of Stalker harassment that Zest might be doing.
Yeah, he's getting a lot of Immortals, actually. Let me check how many. We do have one so far, but he's making a second one. And no Robotics Bay yet, and he's making an extra 3 gates already with a +1 that's faster. I wonder if he could hit some kind of timing with a bunch of Immortals and just extra Stalkers and try to kill Zest before there's a lot. No, he's going to add a second Robo now and the Robotics Bay here. So nothing finicky going on. Just pretty straight up. Just getting out some extra Immortals just to make his army a bit stronger.
Yeah. Looks like both players are, well, Hush in this case is going to get those couple of Immortals out just to be safe. And see a War Prism here. We might see some Immortal harass from him. We'll just have to see once that War Prism comes out. But actually Zest himself actually going for that War Prism speed upgrade. So looks like both players are investing their mid-game strategy around using those War Prisms.
Yeah, that can be really interesting because once you get out 1 or 2 War Prisms even with speed, they'll do well. Or that's actually Observers, not War Prism
I got confused
speed.
there.
Yeah, but not going to go for that War Prism speed. I was going to say, like, unless you're going for drops, it's not going to help you too much because against Blink Stalkers, you know, you're not going to try to get the Disruptors around. It could just be blinked on and die instantly with a couple Disruptors in it. But getting that Observer's speed just in case.
Zest is getting that 4th base as well behind this. Hush actually getting his 4th base as well. So I think we're going to be here for quite some time.
Valdez. Yeah, that we are.
So go grab your popcorn, go pop it in the microwave, put it in the microwave, because I'm pretty sure this won't finish in the next minute or so.
Yeah. We do have Observer speed for Hush as well, getting it a bit later.
It's really interesting seeing Protosses, both these Protosses rather, going for that Observer speed. I think it's just to help avoid getting sniped by the Stalkers, as we just saw there. And it's also good to just have those Observers just roaming around the map, so you save some gas in having less Observers, but more coverage over the map, I guess you could say.
Yeah, it's also interesting. I mean, I suppose you could switch into DTs if you snipe all the Observers, and if you don't have Observer speed yourself, you might not be able to get in position to defend against the DTs if you don't have enough Observers out.
Oh, a nice move here from Zest using the high ground advantage here. I got a couple of Stalkers there just harassing those probes, and until an Observer of Hush actually comes up there, where we see the Observer Hush, can't really do anything much about it.
They're going to deny this gas for now, and a bunch of mining, in fact. All of these Disruptors are over here alone on the left.
Oh, I think if it was a really smart move there from Zest, only just to cast 2 Disruptor balls, because if he casted all of them at the same time, then Hush could have easily just blunked in and took all of them out. But Zest was smart to just cast only 2 and was able to get away as a result.
Yeah. I wonder if the Observer speed is a standard on this map, too, just because of the 4th base harass. If you don't have an Observer, you won't be able to see the high ground. It'll be hard to stop the harass as well.
And we saw Hush there
will help you.
We saw Hush there lose his Observer as well from Zest, so it means that one production cycle from the robotics facility will be dedicated to maybe getting another Observer out. And
all the Disruptors, but he is just going to play it safe. Doesn't want to blink in there.
Oh, I mean, Zest is playing with death right now with those Disruptors there, just being isolated. It's so hard.
Yeah, I mean, you're playing with fire if you also as Hush, if you try to blink in on top and you just lose all your stalkers, then Zest just blinks on top of whatever you have left and you're dead.
As we see here, Guardian Shield not really doing much with Zest there, as the disruptors of Hush have to come back and... Is that a tag on those that army? Okay, nice move there from Hush, giving him vision of his opposing army.
Yeah, gonna see all of this right now. Just Zest hasn't been too aggressive with this disruptor so far, just using it to zone out. Nice little run by here by Hush, just using a pylon on the top left to deny the 5th base while he gets his own, but Zest moving into position now to stop the 5th base of Hush.
And we see here the Warp Prism with the disruptor loaded. Oh, the orb!
What?
No. Okay. Okay.
Disruptor!
Oh, it's actually going to get these warped in units and all those zealots. That's around 600 minerals down. And now Zest going for a counterattack. All these orbs.
Oh, the disruptors at Zest just got blown up by one disruptor shot. Is it going to matter though? All the disruptors of Hush also going down here. And Hush is definitely down on supply at the same time. Zest.
Another disruptor ball of that Immortal. Oh my god. And these Immortals though from Zest in a blink of like 10 seconds. This game is probably
that's the way it happens. That's PvP. Warping here not close enough. And it's going to be a slow warp in. And Hush loses his 4th base. And at the same time, he just doesn't have as many units. Zest going for the big blink in now.
Just look at the bank of Zest. That just says how ahead Zest is in this game. And, oh man, that was a really tense situation there.
There was the one disruptor hit that Hush got, and that was about it. He lost every other point of that battle.
I think another problem here that we forgot to mention is that he was trying to transition to Tempest there, and I'm pretty sure Zest saw that he was trying to bank his supply, like remaining supply on the Tempest, and saw a window of opportunity there to move in. And unfortunately for Hush, looks like he's gonna fall in this game. Really nice game there from both players, but
disruptor dies. GG. Zest gonna win game number 3 in pretty explosive fashion. Kind of what we expected out of Zest, but that was very entertaining there towards the end.
I just find it funny how one disruptor shot took out all the disruptors of Zest, yet Zest just walked in and be like, what's up?
He just had way too much stuff. I loved his aggression at the 5th base. He got the one disruptor hit on all the zealots warping, and that's a big warp-in cycle that he denied from Hush. At the same time, he pulled the army of Hush out of position. He blinked in with the stalkers, denied the mining at the 4th base, and just had better fight overall. There was that one mistake with the disruptors, but he had done his damage, and it was enough.
And we saw tidbits of why Hush is considered a practice Bondroid. He had a lot of subtle moves, such as that Oracle tagging the army of Zest. He had those run-bys as well. But unfortunately for him, he just couldn't keep it together, and as a result, he lost to Zest. But there is no shame in losing to Zest. And CJ are still in this. I mean, if Bunny loses to TY, which we expect, we're going to see it to the ace match, and no doubt we'll see Hero in that ace match.
Yeah, I think it has to be him. I mean, Bill had a good game in ZVT today, and maybe if they're trying to go for a snipe on TY, but TY, I mean, do you want to send out Bill against TY, or do you want to send out Hero against TY? You're going to send out Hero right now for where these two players are. Definitely agree with you there. But who knows? We did expect the Zest win. We expect the TY win, but we'll see what Bunny can do. Maybe he's got a funky strategy and all-in maybe that he wants to do for this best of 1. Wouldn't be surprised, to be honest.
Yeah, well, we did see last week on Ruins of Ceres, I believe, Bunny play against Innovation, and Innovation pretty much wrecked Bunny. So that kind of loses my faith in his TVT ability, Bunny. But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see how the game develops. Is that a pin or something? Yeah, that's a pin that said Zest in all gold. Kind of looked like Lest if you were looking at it from from a certain angle, but it's definitely Zest, as we don't have any players named Jest or Lest. There used to be a player called Best, though. Yeah.